This is London. This is how many mosques are around me. This is what the sign looks like when you get off the train here. These are the advertisements you see. This is what it looks like when kids get out of school. This is what the political candidates look like. This is what it's like walking through the grocery store here. The UK has become unrecognizable, and that is why I traveled thousands of miles to come here, to find out why and how this happened. Did the UK truly fall, and do they want to do this to our country next?
Well, footage captured by independent journalists, that is Nate Friedman, seeking to chronicle what he calls the Islamic takeover of the United Kingdom. As Nate explained, and you heard him, he traveled overseas to witness firsthand what is happening in the Whitechapel area of London, conducting multiple interviews, this in an effort to get to the bottom of what he calls growing Islamic infiltration. And Nate Friedman is a guest now live on set with me. Welcome to National Report, Nate. It's good to see you. I know that was a lot of travel for you. I've done that trip before. That trek out to London, but your trek was much different. I wanted to get to your interviews in just a moment. We have some sound, by the way, for the viewers, and you're going to want to hear this, but I want to know what motivated you to say, I need to take a trip to London, and I need to showcase what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm online like everyone else. I'm browsing X, I'm watching the news, and I see that there's an invasion in the UK, that the UK has fallen, and like anyone, I say, is it true? I need to go out there and see for myself, and it's worse than I thought.
And speaking on that point, I'll play this clip of you. This is you interviewing a young Muslim man on the streets of London, appearing to struggle to answer some basic questions. Watch.
And where are you from?
I'm from what's it called again? I'm from a different country.
Oh, where are you from?
A different country.
A different country?
Yeah.
Do you not want to say which one?
No, it's a different country. It doesn't really matter anyways.
Islam is not compatible with the West. Have you heard that before?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, people have different cultures. People have different religions.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to respect everyone's religion.
Right.
We respect the West and their culture.
Yeah.
And Islam has their own culture and their way of life.
Yeah. Well,
So-
they say that there are like 40 Muslim countries, majority countries.
Yeah.
Why are Muslims coming to the UK? I keep hearing that. What's the response to that?
Why are people coming to the UK? I mean, there's many Western people that come to the Muslim countries as well.
Yeah.
So that's okay. No problem with that.
All right. It stood out to me that he didn't want to talk about where he's from. And you pressed him many times until you're getting nowhere with it. And then you pivoted and what you should have done. What were your takeaways watching that back with me?
Absolutely. So I've done hundreds of street interviews. One of the common questions I ask is, where are you from?
Yeah.
I've never had someone not answer that question, not once. And I've interviewed illegal immigrants, hundreds of illegal immigrants in New York City. I've never heard someone say, I won't tell you. I also thought it was shocking that he says Islam has their own way of life and the West has theirs. It doesn't sound like compatibility is at the top of his priorities.
Yeah, or you know, not necessarily assimilation, but understanding that you're ultimately going to live together with where you're moving to or where you're immigrating from. Yeah, pretty wild. I remember some of our reporting at the border when folks were lined up getting there. Our reporters were able to go to each one, and everyone named where they were from and went down the list. That was interesting. You also had an interesting interview with a British police officer about the makeup of British law enforcement. Watch this one.
Is it an increase of foreigners joining the British police?
Try to make it as diverse as possible because certain boroughs have different cultures. We want to encourage everyone to sort of join.
A priority for the police is to make it diverse?
In terms of dealing with the public,
Yeah.
having cultures within the police also help.
So you would prefer to have a Muslim police officer there?
Not necessarily, but there will be times where we go to certain calls where English is not the first language.
Yes.
So having a diverse officer with us,
Yes.
a part of the team.
So there's many neighborhoods around London that English is not the first language?
Yes.
Takeaway there, Nate, what was it?
I mean, it's in the name, it's England. And here's a police officer telling me that there's many places where they have to send someone who English is not their first language. I don't. It's beyond shocking.
And it may not seem, it may seem, well, you know, that's how this works. If there's a bigger community, you're going to need translators. But you would encourage maybe, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but if you go to another country, you'd have to learn to speak. If you go to Italy, let's make it very simple. You're going to have to learn how to speak Italian. If you go to France, you're going to have to learn how to speak French. It seems like it's the opposite direction, where they're learning to placate to this group. Do you see it like that?
It's the bare minimum, in my opinion. I've spoke to someone, she had many children, and she was in the UK for 6 years, living in government housing, receiving government benefits, and didn't speak any English. You know, it's
wild.
Speechless. I'm speechless from that.
Also someone that was not speechless was a store owner, I believe, that you spoke with. Very concerned. Let's listen to that.
I see that the Muslim community in the UK is really growing.
I think Islam is the top religious, growing in UK as well.
In the UK, yeah.
Even the Muhammad, our prophet, last prophet name, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is the top name in UK. The born boys, yeah.
Muhammad is the top name in the UK.
Top name in
right?
UK, yeah.
And is
For
part of that
newborns.
because Muslim people are encouraged to have a lot of children, right? And that-
Yeah, more even we are 5 brothers.
You have
4
5
of my
brothers,
are
yeah.
in Pakistan.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
only here.
Yeah.
I won't even tell you how expensive it is to keep having more children here in the States, but obviously getting on that topic of baby names, Muhammad being the top name in the UK, was there truth to that? Maybe what were your takeaways there, speaking to the store owner?
Yeah, absolutely. It's widely reported that Muhammad is now the #1 name in the UK. I'd ask the audience, does that sound like a headline you would expect from the UK or somewhere like Afghanistan?
Nate Friedman joining us with his reports. Where can we find more on what you're doing?
Nate Friedman on YouTube.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you.